Knowing how some women work makes me less of a feminist, apparently. About 7 months ago, my husband sat me down and told me that he was in love with a woman from work. He said he wanted to be honest and not cheat, and that he wanted to do things the right way by asking for a separation. At that point, he had changed so much over the previous 6 weeks that his words actually came as a relief. He had been cold, distant, combative, and seemed to want to fight about everything. I was walking on eggshells around him toward the end. When he told me he was in love, it was the last thing I expected, so it came as both a realization and a relief at once. "That's fine," was my answer. He was confused by my reaction, especially when I added that it was probably for the best. "I thought you cared more, to be honest," was his disappointed response. I explained the eggshells, that I was finally able to stomp on them now. He lived with me for 2 more weeks, and it was awkward. Seeing him all jumpy and excited like a little boy was surreal. I mostly stayed in my bedroom. When he moved out, I didn't see him for a month. He texted occasionally, asking how I was, but I never answered. When I filed the paperwork for divorce, we started seeing each other more, planning when to sell the apartment, moving both his and my belongings, and then, about a month ago, we started renovating the apartment. We were painting the bedroom when he became distant again. I wasn't sure whether I should say anything, but I decided to ask what was going on. He looked like he took the question literally. He said he wasn't sure. Things hadn't gone the way he thought they would. When he moved out and found his new place, things changed with her. I don't know how to explain it. She wasn't as passionate, he said. He explained that he expected more in the beginning of a relationship, reminding me of how passionate we were at the start of ours. I told him that when they began the affair, she was fully aware that she was stealing him from another woman. He got very upset, saying he never cheated and that he was adamant about ending our relationship before starting anything with her. I just looked at him and continued. "She was fully aware she was taking you from another woman. Maybe that was the only excitement for her, and now the two of you have nothing." He didn't say anything for a while. Then he said that he missed me. I asked if he was going to make this awkward, because if so, we could divide the renovation work and come on different schedules. He apologized and said he didn't mean to offend me, but that he missed me all the time. I told him that he was offending me, because unlike them, I don't flirt with unavailable people. He thought my comparison was ridiculous. I just shrugged. Yesterday, he sent me a text saying that I was right. When he told his colleague that he was back together with his wife, she suddenly became passionate and affectionate again. I didn't answer. All I could think was, this was worth my heart? The absurdity and ridiculousness of breaking my heart over this made me want to laugh and cry at the same time. An hour later, he was at my doorstep. He didn't say much, he just smoked about 20 cigarettes. I smoked too, after 15 years of being smoke-free. He said, "I don't know what I was thinking. I love you. You know that, right?" I answered, "No," which was the truth. He looked shocked, like I had said something insane. "Come on. You know I love you," I said no again. He just shook his head. After he left, he texted me that he was ending things with her. I texted back that this must be the most ridiculous thing to have ended a marriage over. He called me 3 times, but I didn't answer. When I told my friends what happened, they were surprised by how judgmental I was toward the other woman. One friend even went as far as calling me a pick-me. I was surprised too, because I have always considered myself a feminist and a girl's girl. I didn't argue with them, partly because I didn't have the energy, but also because they gave me something to reflect on. I never thought I could be in the wrong here, having felt like the victim for the past 7 months. Now I feel like maybe I wasn't, and oddly, that made me feel less angry. Almost like I'm on equal footing with my husband and his colleague.